Mm-hmm.
Google does not care about any business in the whole world, even if you're paying them tens of thousands of dollars in Google ads and everything else. They don't care about your business. They care about the searcher because the searcher is what makes them money. Did the search make the searcher happy with what it was trying to find?
Mm-hmm.
Because if it does, they'll keep coming back to Google.
So, John, we are part of this incredible network on Facebook. How many groups would you say we have?
Overall, for Biz Growth Collective, and then we think we just started you a couple, and other marketing companies, groups, and it's probably like 20-ish.
Yeah. And I feel like a lot of people who are in these groups doesn't really know who we are. Like we post and stuff and we're present, but there's a lot of information that I've learned from you that I don't think I would have picked up anywhere else. So one of the most important things that I like that you teach is um, really their website presence. Like what are some things a business owner just need to know in general to, allow their businesses to thrive? Aside
Yeah,
from
I
like
think
search.
like the biggest thing is people think just making a site or even a Facebook is enough.
Yeah.
Um, so a lot of times it's getting over that construction, like that issue of being told that and then
Yeah.
being seen that just because you have that doesn't mean anything, especially if they're taking it from a bad place like Wix or Squarespace.
Yeah.
Um, it's not bad if you're, very broke or on the verge of very beginning, but quickly you want to get out of that. So this way, whatever you're doing actually has feet to walk. Otherwise, you're going to fail.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, one of the biggest things is just showing that marketing is needed to be learned or helped with by a company or people asking lots of questions and doing it themselves. But depending on your business, you might not have the time to do that. So that's where a lot of people fail too. Like making multiple posts a lot
Mm-hmm.
across different platforms. Every platform you can become part of. If you're needing Facebook, then you need Instagram, you need Twitter, you need LinkedIn, you need your GMB, you need your even new ones, Blue Sky. All of them are citations that show that you're good, that your information is correct across multiple platforms. That helps offsite SEO. SEO is a huge thing. So
Mm-hmm. Can you
um,
talk a little bit more about SEO? I feel like that's something that you're really passionate about.
yeah, so SEO is always the biggest thing because SEO is everything online. No matter what people think, you can only talk to so many people. You can only word of mouth so many people, but your majority of people only find you via Google, pretty much, or any other search engine. But since
Mm-hmm.
Google is like 80% of all traffic, it's probably going to be Google. Um, New AI ones are popping up, but they're still using a basis of Google too
Mm-hmm.
at the current moment. So basically, if you're not making your site, your off-site SEO stuff optimized, then Google doesn't know what you do, why you do it, where you do it, and who they should be sending to it. And when you get into SEO, there's a lot that goes into it. How many reviews you get, how you respond to those reviews, how much you're posting. Are you posting correctly? Is the algorithm showing it to people who don't follow you? Is those people clicking through and giving Google a traction of like they make interesting content that's supporting them, so I should show them also in search engines. And then your website has to be completely revamped to be Google friendly.
Yeah, I think I've experienced that because I went on a journey of, I'm going to build my own website. And while it was a nice vision board to have, it didn't have anything near of what you've created for me. And I think I always tell people go to my website because I'm incredibly excited that I even have a chat box that can literally answer questions and book appointments too, and that's one of the cool things. And then when I see how on the other side how it's being tracked and the visits and I mean, you're good at the tech words. I'm good at the human element of it. But if I didn't have these conversations with you, I wouldn't really have learned so much.
Yeah, and most people start off trying to make their own site.
Mm-hmm.
But the issue is that like it's the understanding of a layout and what a site needs. And if you don't know that, those drag and drop type of places, or even if you know some little bit of coding you're putting together, or maybe there's a template and then you're trying to fill in what the template had looked like from the start. You start putting photos in that don't match,
Yeah.
colors that you think that you like that didn't actually go together. It starts to look spammy. And that's one of the biggest things. We love that people try to make their sites, but in truth, when we tell people to like back up from that, look at what you made, now take yourself completely out of it. Would you put your money or your credit card in that site?
Yeah, you've asked me that
Most
question.
people will say, yeah, if I came across this site, I wouldn't. And so that's the real question. If you won't, then other people won't. And so you got to make what looks professional. It has to look like it walks the walk, because that's the first thing anybody does. Otherwise, they're bouncing, which then again hurts SEO because Google is tracking that, even if you're not part of their ecosystem, how fast someone bounces. Are they hitting your site and bouncing within 3 seconds? If that's the case, Google's going to say that you probably have no good content and that it's not worth us showing.
Right.
Because one of the biggest issues is people think Google should care.
Mm,
Google does not care about any business in the whole world, even if you're paying them tens of thousands of dollars in Google ads and everything else. They don't care about your business. They care about the searcher, because the searcher is what makes them money. Did the search make the searcher happy with what it was trying to find?
mm-hmm.
Because if it does, they'll keep coming back to Google.
Yeah.
If Google gave you a bunch of bad searches every day, you'd probably start looking at Bing or anywhere else. But because Google has done its job to reward sites that give good content, that it's a game of keeping the searcher happy.
Yeah.
And then your website has to do the same thing.
Can you talk a little bit about the Biz Growth Collective and why you started that?
So Biz Growth Collective, we started it as a pathway for business owners to learn all this stuff. Ideally, we have the groups in Facebook where we see lots of people. First, Facebook is huge with spam. So believe me, we're trying to get the spam out of the groups. Facebook does not let that be easy, because even with rules, Facebook allows the spam just to happen.
I'm witnessing it.
It's
Yeah.
insanity. But we're trying our best. And so what the idea was is to give people an actual platform instead of always just shouting out into the dark. I do painting, I do car
Yeah.
wash, I do this and that. And then basically you're not really getting anything, because first of all, most of the people are in a group for business owners. You're not in a group for people looking for your services, because most people end up in buy here, pay now, or local neighborhood groups for that.
Yeah.
So if you're in the groups for networking, it's not about what you sell.
Yeah.
So we try to teach the customers from that, or the group people that, and then basically being part of Biz Growth Collective, we're trying to give things for free
Mm-hmm.
to the business owners that they don't even realize they need. When
Mm-hmm.
you join Biz Growth Collective, it's ideally a directory.
Yeah.
And in today's world with AI, citations and directories and all that stuff matter. So when you join BizGrowth Collective, you automatically get a free directory page. We see a lot of people take advantage of filling it out, but for some people they don't, and then we have to reach out to them. And some people may see it as our requirement to be verified in the Facebook groups, but we would like to see them take advantage of it more, because then we give more tools. We're trying to give more blog posts, do the 24/7 meeting room where owners can come in on our website and then just, meet with random people in their network, which is the way you're supposed to do. Actually getting to know people around your area. We're trying to build out the Thursday meeting with
Elevating.
you. And get people in there every Thursday. Start a discussion. We can have 300 people.
Mm-hmm.
That would be great to start filling up, but it takes time for everybody to learn it. Uh, and then from there, give everybody an option, because, of course, there's always a fee to run a company, or at least manpower, the amount of work it needs to run that.
Mm-hmm.
So we do it at a cheaper rate than we believe everywhere else has, and we give a lot more. So for the $25 a month to be a advanced member, basically the directory is limited to the area you're from, but being a member automatically opens you up to statewide search. On top of that, any leads that come in on the site get filtered to what you do. So if someone comes there looking for a plumber, they don't have to land on your page for you to get a lead. It will automatically take the lead and share it to the 5 closest plumbers in that area. So this
Mhm.
way, the customer looking for a plumber gets responses pretty fast.
Okay.
So that helps that. And then the leads are all free. So the more people put that they're a member of BizGrowth Collective, that they're filling out their profiles, all this helps bring people in looking for services for these owners. On top of that, we give a free CRM for those who don't have one. CRMs are huge. Some businesses already have them, but there's a bunch of businesses that don't use any, and they're just shooting in the dark, not remembering who they talk to, who they need to respond to, sending out emails. It has a lot of features built into it, so it's good. It has a lot of a la carte options for make it even better. Like you said, with your site having a full chatbot,
Mhm.
phone number, text number, basically allowing you to have a client fall onto your site, get responsive interaction because it automatically asks somebody a question. They talk, the bot automatically goes to understanding who they are, their phone number, their email, what they want. If they can book a meeting right away from it, it does. You get all the stuff in the background, a summary of the conversation, ways to interact with them still. There's automations built in like Zapier, but our automations are free. You can send out emails or documents or anything you want to make in there after the conversation happens. Like a lot of stuff can be done. It automatically can text out people if they fill a form out. Hey, we saw you fill a form out. Can you tell us more about what you're needing? It's having
Mhm.
that whole receptionist conversation without the owner having to do anything. And again, can even set the appointment or collect more data that the owner would want. Um, a lot of stuff like that. And guest blogs is huge. We see a lot of the people who do the guest blogs see a lot of traffic on them,
Yeah.
and then clicks to their website. So we try to tell them like you get a guest blog a month as an advanced member.
Yeah.
So it's good to take advantage of using it. Talk about your services, talk about what you do, what you offer. In each one, put links back to your site, your phone number. That becomes searchable by Google, and when someone's searching, they might land on it and find you, even if they didn't find your website. And it's a citation. Citations are humongous. The more citations you have, the better.
I
And
think that
then other stuff there too. But yeah,
Yeah. I think that's incredible because these groups have thousands of people in them and they already have so many benefits as it is. So I feel like um, you're really offering an opportunity to be successful in as far as getting leads and getting clients and putting yourself in the right space to do that. And I know it's been helpful for me because I have a lot of podcast guests and I used to have to reach out to them and then send my calendar, all of this. It's a lot of follow up, but now it's easier here. Fill out this form and it gives them the opportunity to book an appointment right away or schedule. It's a lot easier to have the transition of inquiry into recording, for me at least. And then I really like the social media part of it, the integration, because then I can link a lot of my other stuff and create posts, kind of like how Meta does. So I really like that. But I really like that elevated evenings that we're, trying to do, because I feel like this is a perfect place for us to have a lot of connection, especially if there's not in person. I mean, to have in person meetings, sometimes it can be a little difficult, especially, people are working and whatever, that it's virtual, that they can just log in anywhere and we're there and, just having engagement.
and that too, but also just being part of it. Like we're always here for answering questions and
Yeah.
giving more new things you never heard of, like using new tools that you never heard of. We'll offer that because we've been doing this for many companies.
Yeah.
As the owner of Build a Space, being a marketer company, I have gone through every niche and worked with a bunch of them. And it's my job to always be on the cutting edge of learning every new AI, every new CRM, every new options out there for making content. And so a lot of these people don't have all that. They don't know where to find it. And I open their eyes to how much is out there to help them grow their business. We're trying to make it like that. On top of that, I forgot, as an advanced member two, you get a full business spotlight from us. So almost just like this, with our guy Tillman, you will get the chance to even just talk about your business, where we can push your why you do it, how you got here, what is your passion, what do you offer, instead of just being able to post that like one time, hey, we're different. You got a 20 to 30 or 40-minute video, depending on how long you want to talk to Tillman, basically going over everything and being that personal effect where you can use that for all kinds of marketing, break down the clips, put it on Instagram or Twitter, the whole video on YouTube. It goes on our YouTube, it goes on our podcast channel. And then, it's a thing where it just promotes you alone. And most people don't have that.
Yeah. I think
Most people
that,
are still camera shy to see it on camera.
yeah. And the other thing that hold on a second, I lost my train of thought there because I'm like, oh yeah, and this and this and this and I know you know it. 24/7 room. I remember like when we first connected, you were like, oh my God, people are sleeping on this, and I agree, it has so much capabilities, but I don't find that a lot of people are going into it to even check it out. So can you share a little more about that?
Yeah, so our 24/7 room is basically um, a little virtual area.
Hmm.
Kind of tell people to imagine it like a Polly Pocket world.
Yeah.
It has a visual look of being in a room with people.
Hmm.
Um, it has seats from 2 people, 4, 6, 8, 12, and it allows you to jump in, see other people in there, jump into the seat that they're at a table at. You're not bothered by the whole room. You only get to see the people you're at the table with and network, bounce around, see who's in there, invite people in.
Hmm.
Not everybody likes Zoom. Not everybody either has Zoom. Sometimes you got to download the program. They have a computer that can't run it. That usually comes when people have like a Chromebook or something. But you can run it from your phone too. So just jump in. It's virtual. It's on server. So you can be on anything. And then also we find, or at least myself too, sometimes I'll invite a client in there to be able to talk to them about what the meeting is,
Hmm.
because it makes it a little different, you know? And they're always like interested in it. They're like, "Oh, this is kind of cool." So, but it's 24/7 all day long. Anybody could jump in. It's promoted in the Facebook groups. It's on the bizgrowthcollective.com website to get to it. And then when you sign up through it, you'll also have the ability to join us in the other networking events as we go.
Hmm.
Um, get emails about when they're happening, stuff like that. Like, you know.
And I think another thing is like one of the things that I think one of I feel like people can use it for also trainings and webinars.
Yeah. So not the 24/7 room.
Hmm.
But when you're an advanced member, if you are a person who does webinars and or trainings, or you want to have just your own networking event with inside us, advanced members get to reach out and then tell us about an event they want to have, and we'll set up a 300-person room that will last up to 3 hours for you to use. You can invite your people. You can get an email list afterwards of who showed up. You get an invite link so you can promote it, and then basically that room is yours to control. You'll have seats to give to people to be able to talk to them, have them do the same thing where the whole room isn't bothering them, but the webinar or the host can take over everyone's screen so they can see you talk. It can be recorded and then exported afterwards. So in a sense, like that's a huge thing, because you figure you get all what we're giving you plus $25 a month gets you that.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're paying Zoom for that, for 300 people, I think it's like $200 a month. On top of that, you don't. Everybody has to be muted, or an issue with Zoom where this one doesn't have to do that. You can have people talking amongst themselves because they might know each other while you're doing your webinar, the way you would normally still do maybe when you're in person in an
Yeah.
auditorium or something.
Yeah, I think that's cool. And even like you said, but for $25 a month, if somebody's paying for their Zoom for $25 a month, but in this situation, you also have access to the CRM. You have the Spotlight series. Like there's so many other options that comes in the package that is, I think, pretty affordable. Why would why should people do it. Like, I mean, I know we're talking about that right now, but it's the thought that's coming to my head, like, why wouldn't you want to do this?
Well, another big thing for the $24 too is, again, there's just more and more that's added into it. There's a lot that we give. Just being able to promote yourself. We as we join more people, especially networking and growing people that are business owners, in a sense, we have a large list. I think it's close to 5,000 now of business owners who have given their information for us to use, um, and can promote to. So if you're a business, like, especially when you deal with business, like, are you a tax attorney? Are you a lawyer? Are you a CPA or a marketer or other things where you may be like, hey, I want to actually hit owners,
Mm-hmm.
to promote myself. Well, you get promoted, um, on the site, on top of being able to do that blog post, that guest blog post. And then on top of that, you can say, hey, I have an event or I have a thing or I have an offer. And then we'll work with you and blast that out to all those owners.
Mm-hmm.
And those owners will see the benefit of it too, because then they're working with people who are local, um, and getting a deal on maybe a service. Because we don't just go like, hey, here's my offer. We'll try to work with that person. Like, well, what could you do because you're getting this? We don't want to have it like you're getting the 100%. Let's make a deal for these people because they're part of Biz Growth Collective.
Yeah.
You know, like we had one a while back, was the guy doing direct to door mailers in Tampa Bay area. So with him, his normal pricing, we got him to agree to a 15% fee off, like a savings for anybody who joined through the link. And then we promoted that through the email. And I think he got like 10 or so people who joined. So it wasn't huge at that time. That was like about a year ago. So that was still when it was like infancy.
Yeah.
But today, now with like 5,000 emails, could be way better. But even not, it didn't cost him. He was doing his normal membership.
Yeah.
So those members were people he got for ideally for free, who use his service, and they may still be using his service. So it's a recurring business.
I feel like it's such a good space for true networking because we are all connected, and it's a great way to get visibility. Sometimes as business in a business networking group, posting your offer of the day, it can get lost. It can get lost in the sea of posts. So why not take advantage of the free things that are there, and then the $25 a month thing that's there that's also designed
Yeah,
to help.
and we're in the process of building out a whole course
Yeah.
for all types of services, from starting a business correctly to how to do your social posts, how to market, how to keep up with regulations, all these other things. And then on top of that, one of the bigger things that we find that is very useful is, sadly, businesses don't quite know how registration with the state works. We find so many businesses that have been doing business didn't pay their yearly fee and are actually inactive as an LLC or their entity. And then we're reminding them, like, hey, right now you're actually not covered by almost anything.
Hmm.
So you need to go check that with the state, because if you don't do it, it's a $500 fine.
Hmm.
Like, not a fine, I guess, but a fee. If you're going to go renew after you didn't register, they're going to charge you that $500 plus your registration.
Yeah.
So by us reminding you every year when it comes up, that could be a savings right there for most clients. Now, there's some people who do it automatically, or they got their accountants that do it, or whoever's doing it for them, their lawyer. But there's still a good amount of self-starting businesses that didn't.
Yeah.
And for those people who join, you know, $25 is $300 a year. So right there, you've saved $200 by just us keeping on top of you. And just more. We're trying to build it out to be everything as possible.
So what message would you want to because yeah, what message would you want the group to know? I feel like it's important for them to know what they have.
So much so is just, take advantage of whatever tools you find. If people are offering advice and help, look at it. If you got a situation where you're not part of us as Biz Growth Collective, join it. If you're in the Facebook group and you're not joined anyway, you're going to have to at some point, because for those who are not, we are verifying accounts as we find them that they're not verified, and they either get the choice to be verified or removed.
Hmm.
Um, and then on top of that, reach out to us at all. Build a Space will do an audit for you for free of your whole web presence. We'll go over everything. And even if you don't use Build a Space for marketing, you still get some of the stuff that we offer through BizGrowth for free. And if you're a part of BizGrowth, then you get discount on that marketing cost. And if not, then I still give you as much time as you want to go over, and I'll describe and give you tips and help, and you can take that for free. So
Yay. Well, thank you so much. Let's make sure we get everyone to come to Elevated Evenings so that we can have beautiful conversations and get to know each other. And I know, like, when it comes to people, I really admire when people do things from their heart and their intentions are pure. And one of the best things that I like about you is that you're not ill-intended. You really do care about businesses, and you're very passionate about the work that you do, and you're a wealth of knowledge. So I think that uh, I think what you're offering is really cool. So I endorse you. I'm gonna stop recording.